Welcome to Mischief Wargaming. I'm John and this is Blood Bowl. We're back on the gridiron as we continue the Mischief Cup with an interesting matchup between the Nippon Sumeru Thunderers and the Nurglings of the Snotlings Gardeners. Both teams feature a lot of the dodge skill, while the not Amazons have a strength advantage over the not Snotlings. Snotlings brings some far larger and more dangerous players with the Nurgle Demons and Nurgling Swarms. So let's look at the two teams. The Sumeru Thunderers had a pretty dominant game against the Hexarch of Sun Warriors last round. The defending champions were the victim of poor luck, which the Thunderers took advantage of to get a good start in this year's league. Compared to the last game, the biggest difference is the addition of an apothecary. The team suffered no injuries last game, and so are in a good position heading into this round. On the other hand, the Nurgling team are coming in with some missing players. A Scrimmelch Carrion Flinger and Glingus are both missing this game. However, with their surprising victory over Sigmar Stormhounds last round, the team have replaced them with a new Nurgling, Lepras, and a new Fungus Flinger, Blister Goutdung. Of course, being weak little Nurglings, the team still needs backup, and with the missing players there is still room for a star player. The team bring in another Skaven pro, Skitter Stab. This Clanesian assassin is seemingly a perfect counter to the Thunderers, with an exceptional movement speed, shadowing and a prehensile tail. The Ratman is capable of stopping the samurai from dodging away. Then, with the stab trait, along with their once per game Master Assassin trait, the star player has potential to inflict some serious hurt. But that isn't all, as the Gardeners still have enough petty cash left to line the referee's pockets, bringing 2 bribes to keep the Pump Wagons and Fungus Flinger in play for longer. The Gardeners win the coin toss and choose to kick first. The teams take to the field with good weather and cheering fans, giving the Snotlings team a prayer to Nuffle. Perfect passing gives the team extra star player points or passes, perhaps a waste for Nurglings, but we'll see. The ball comes to rest and play begins. The Thunderers immediately go on the offensive as Tamaki Nagaoka blocks the Nurgling Broncodon. The little demon is only pushed. On the other side of the pitch, the other blitzer, Setsudewa, blocks Magalus, but the Nurgling's dodge skill keeps it safe. The larger blocker, Roku Ueno, blocks Magalus, but despite the overwhelming strength advantage, is only able to push the demon around. Suzu Wakao, the other blocker, has a go at Broncodon. This time the Nurgling is knocked down. The attack easily breaks through their armour, and Magalus is knocked out thanks to their stunty trait. Rini Miyahara moves in and secures the ball, before the other open Thunderers move up to support her. Otsuna Aki dodges back from the line of scrimmage, as does Kimiko Minamoto. And lastly, Kai Izuhara does the same to end the turn. The Nurgling team begin by moving their open players towards the ball. The newest hire, Blister Goutdung, goes to throw a bomb at Miyahara, but with a 1, fumbles it. Not even a reroll was enough, and the demon drops the explosive, knocking them down. The explosion doesn't hit a Bolophon, thankfully. But the bomb still explodes, and knocks out the fungus flinger, causing a turnover. With that turn of luck, the Sumeru team looked to press the advantage by pushing into the Nurgling half. Dewa blocks Lapras, but their dodge skill lets them sidestep away. Uno follows up, this time knocking the demon down. The armour breaks and are immediately removed as a casualty thanks to being stunting. They're badly hurt and will miss the rest of the game. Miyahara moves up with the ball, before Izuhara blitzes the duo of Mulch and Glottertongue. However, the Stilty runner sidesteps into position thanks to their dodge skill. Slowpuss are already down 2 players, so take a gamble by having Pandamungus Foulsaur blitz Miyahara. The large demon passes their really stupid roll, but needs to make 2 rush checks to be able to reach the Thunderer. Despite the luck favouring them, the resulting block only pushes her back. A Bolafon moves in next to Glidex Bilgehelm, who passes their really stupid roll to move back and disrupt the Thunderers. The swarm of Nurglings, known as Faster Mulch, fail their really stupid roll. Even with Splash and Wormback helping, it's like herding gross plague cats. The star player, Skitter Stab Stab, lives up to the name by stabbing Chihoko Seki, breaking her armour, but only able to stun her. Lastly, Magalus gets back up and moves in. It was at this point that I realised I did some blocks wrong, with 2 dice used instead of 3. Still, Kai Izuhara blocks Mulch and Glottertongue, knocking the duo down. Their armour breaks and are left stunned. Miyahara hands off the ball to Reiko Tagaki, who catches it with no problem, and she moves towards the end zone. Roku Ueno blitzes Foulsaur, using teamwork to push the demon back. Setsudewa blocks Magalus, knocking the Nurgling down. The armour breaks, and they're left stunned. Suzu Wakao then blocks Skitter Stab Stab, but only pushes the Skaven back. Tamaki Nagaoka blocks Splash and Wormback, pushing the Stilty runner, who sidesteps safely. Kimiko Minamoto goes to dodge away from the large demon, but trips even after using her dodge skill reroll. Her armour holds, but a turnover still occurs. Splash and Wormback begin the Slowpuss turn by dodging away and trying to intercept Tagaki. The Star Skaven then dodges away to blitz the ball carrier. However, while strong compared to the Nurglings, the Gutter Runner is still weaker than the Thunderers, so is only able to push her back. Fester Mulch passes their really stupid roll and moves in. A Bolathon then moves to help Glidex Bilgeham, who passes their really stupid roll. Then block Otsuna Aki, causing her to stumble. But her dodge shield keeps her safe. Pantomungus then blocks Sawa Karasu. The thrower is knocked down. Barama holds and ends the Nurgling turn. Turn 4 begins with Wakao blitzing Skitter. The attack only pushes the Skaven back, but the Thunderers need the star player down to prevent them from using Shadowing or their prehensile tail. So the Thunderers use a reroll. The following result knocks Stab Stab down, but their armor holds. But this lets Reiko Dagaki dodge away from the Nurgling and score a touchdown. The Sumeru Thunderers take an early lead against the Slough Gardeners. Before the team set up, the referee does some work and sends off both Festa Mulch and Blister Galtdung. The Nurgling coach uses one of the team's bribes to keep Festa Mulch around, but the referee is not accepting the bribe, and the swarm is still sent off. The teams are set up again, and the ball is kicked. The kickoff result is a timeout, meaning the Thunderers waste some time, and it's now approaching the end of turn 5 rather than turn 4. The ball lands into, or rather onto, the Nurgling Vira, and play resumes. The Nurglings and Stilty runners all move up. The replacement swarm, Rankshanks, blitzes Chihoko Seki. But only pushes her back. Pandamunga's Foul Sword blocks Rini Miyahara, knocking her down. But not breaking her armour. The Star Skaven moves in, before Glidex Bilgeham fails their really stupid roll to end the Nurgling turn. The Thunderers all close in. Before Setsudewa blitzes Splash and Wormback. The Stilty runner is knocked down. But their armour holds. Otsune needs to use her dodge reroll to end the Sumeru turn. Skitter Stab brandishes his filthy plague-ridden knives and stabs Dewa. Her armour breaks and is left stunned. Skitter uses his unique ability, Master Assassin, to reroll the injury roll, but the samurai is still stunned. Vyrok moves and hands off the ball to Ulcerox. Rankshanks passes their really stupid roll and blocks Chihoko Seki, but only pushes her back. Pandamunga's foul sword blocks Miyahara, causing her to stumble back, though her dodge skill still keeps her standing. Glidex passes their really stupid roll too, and throws Ulcer Rocks. The demon resists the urge to simply eat the Nurgling, and launches the Plague Demon. The throw is terrible, causing Ulcer Rocks to deviate, and making their landing more difficult. So difficult that Slaupus has to use a reroll to try again, and the Nurgling manages to land safely. With the ball now behind them, the Thunderers have to make a break for it to stop the Nurgling from scoring. Kai Izuhara dodges back, using her skill reroll, before blitzing the ball carrier. While Ulcerox's armour holds, they drop the ball. Tamaki Nagaoka blocks Polypathon, pushing the Nurgling around. They then use their hit and run skill to move to safety. Yukiko Adeno blocks the Skaven Assassin, pushing him back, but thanks to his dodge skill, he still stands. Suzuwa Kao blocks Magalus, knocking the Nurgling down. But their armour holds. Rini Miyahara dodges away. Followed by Otsuna Aki after she uses her dodge skill reroll. Chihoko Seki also dodges back. While Kimiko Minamoto needs to use her skill reroll. But she manages to dodge back and picks up the ball. After Magalus gets back up and the duo of Splatch and One Back move in, Skitter stabs Yukiko, but is unable to find a weak spot in her armour. Pandamunga's foul sword fails their really stupid roll, so does nothing. While Glidex Bilgehelm passes theirs and moves up. However, the stupidity might be contagious as Rankshanks finds themselves unable to do anything. Ulcerox gets back up and dodges, using their stunty and titchy traits to easily get into position. A Bolafon then does the same, but has to use the dodge skill reroll. They also have to rush before making another dodge, and again a second rush with another dodge. Mulching Tongue blitzes Minamoto, needing to pass 2 rush checks to do so. They manage to knock the Thunderer down, and while her armour holds, the ball is dropped. Izahara blitzes a Bolophon, but can only push the Nurgling around. Wakao blocks Splash and Worm back, knocking the duo down. Breaking their armour and leaving them stunned. Roku Ueno then blocks Fire Arc, knocking the Nurgling down. The armour breaks and is removed as a casualty. Fire Arc is badly hurt, so will miss the rest of the game. Yukiko Edeno blocks Skitter Stab, but can only push the Skaven Star back. Chihoko Seki dodges, needing to use her dodge skill reroll. A Bolophon dodges in to pick up the ball. Before reaching the end zone, evening up the game, 1 apiece as we reach half time. The referee goes to send off Rankshanks, but this time they are swayed by the bag of gold presented to them, so Slaupas gets at least 1 more drive with the Swarm. As the teams get ready for the second half, some more time wasting occurs, as a timeout is called. This means a turn is skipped, and the ball lands on the pitch, and given to Skitter as a touchback. As the second half starts, the open Nurglings all move up. Pandamungus blocks Kimiko, pushing her back. Rankshanks knocks down Otsuna Aki, leaving her stunned. Glidex Bilgehelm follows with a block against Chihoko Seki, knocking her down. Skitter Stab pushes forward with a blitz against Kai Izahara, pushing her back. Kai and Setsudewa move in to combat the Skaven, before Suzu Wakao blitzes the star player, but can only push them back. The other open Thunderers move in. before Seki gets back to her feet and dodges back. Kumiko does the same, but ends up tripping, even after using her skill reroll. Her armor holds, but it causes the turnover. Rank Shank splits his Taiki Nagaoka, knocking her down. Glidex moves in. Skitter effortlessly dodges away from the samurai. Magalus dodges, making use of their stunty trait. Polypophon does the same. Also rely on the bonus to dodging granted by being titchy. Abolophon also dodges around the Thunderers. The duo of Mulch and Glottertongue aren't as lucky, however. Not being titchy means they trip. And injuring themselves in the process. They're badly hurt and will miss the rest of the game. With this break, Setsudewa goes to dodge. But she also trips. Her armor holds, but that's all Slaupus need to capitalise as Skitter stab. He's easily able to score a touchdown, putting the Gardeners ahead 2-1. The referee once again sends off Rank Shanks, and the Slaupus coach argues the call. But with no bribes left, the swarm is sent off. The ball is kicked, and the kickoff result is a solid defence. A total of 6 Slaupus players can be repositioned as the ball bounces into the dirt. Sawakarasu moves and picks up the ball. The majority of the Thunderers then move in. Wakao blocks Bilge Helm, but even with the assists, a reroll was needed to only push the demon back. Otsune blocks Polypathon, kicking the tiny Nurgling into the dirt. Knocking them out. Uyuno goes for an even block against Falsaw. Both players are knocked down. Neither are harmed, but a turnover occurs. Pandamungus passes their really stupid check to get back to their feet and blitzes Yukiko Edeno, causing her to stumble. Wanting to actually knock her down, Slowpush uses a reroll, but she's still only pushed back. Glidex Bilge Helm blocks Chihoko, knocking her down. Armour breaks, and thanks to the Demon's Mighty Blow skill, the Thunderer is knocked out. Skitter Stab dodges their way past the Sumeru line. And threatens Karasu. Splash and Wormback use their dodge skill reroll to move to safety. A Bolafon dodges. As does Brongodon, using their Tipsy trait. Maglus uses their skill reroll to dodge away. While Ulcerox also dodges safely. Otsuna Aki blitzes Skitter, but with two both down results, the team use their last reroll, but to no avail. Both players are left stunned, and the turn ends abruptly for Sumeru. Glidex blocks Kimiko, knocking her down, but leaving her unharmed. The other large demon blocks Yukiko, but can only push her back. The other Nurglings all move up, but none are able to reach Karasu. The Sumeru thrower moves and makes a quick pass to Setsudewa. The throw is accurate, and it is caught with no problem, giving Sawa a completion. Kai Izuhara blitzes the Bolafon, knocking the Nurgling down. The armor breaks, and are removed as a casualty. They suffer a serious injury, which the Slowpush team uses their apothecary, who is unable to help. This frees things up for Setsudewa to move up. While the rest of the team all move up. Yukiko needs to dodge to move in. While Suzu Wakao blocks Glidex, causing Indian to stumble, but their armor holds. Skitter Stab Stab gets back up and begins to chase after the Thunderers. Pandamungus Foulsaw blocks Roku Yuno, knocking her down. Armor breaks, and thanks to Demon's Mighty Blow, he is removed as a casualty. The Thunderer is badly hurt. Glidex manages to get back to their feet, while Magalus dodges. Izuhara blitzes Splash and Wormback, knocking the Stilty Runner down. Their armor holds, but it leaves the field open for Setsudewa to run in and score a touchdown, tying the game up to a piece. With only a single turn remaining, there's no chance for either team to win. So the last turn is all about causing casualties, as the ball is kicked high, letting Ulcerot catch it. Skitter Stab Stab lives up to his name as he stabs Yukiko, finding a weak spot in her armour. She's removed as a casualty. And would suffer a lasting injury, if not for the Thunderer's apothecary. She's instead only badly hurt. Glidex blocks Izuhara, knocking her down, and uses their mighty blow to break her armour. Kai is also removed as a casualty, and this time she does suffer a lasting injury. Pandamungus Foulsaw blocks Otsune, using a reroll to only push her back. The other Nurglings all move back to prevent being attacked by the Thunderers during the last turn. Setsu and Suzu gang up on the Skaven, knocking them down. The other Thunderers all move up to support Otsune Aki as she blocks Pandamungus. The demon stumbles, but their armour holds as the game draws to an end. The Sumeru Thunderers have tied against the Slaughpass Gardeners with 2 touchdowns each. After that game, the Thunderers collect their winnings and earn a decent spread of star player points. Reiko Tagaki and Setsudewa both scored a touchdown. Sawa Karasu earned a completion, while Roku Uno scored 2 casualties, with Kai Izuhara earning 1. The team's MVP was Yukiko Edno. Before checking for advancements, Kai rolls her lasting injury and suffers a broken arm, making her passing skill worse, and missing the next game. Sawa Karasu earns enough star player points to choose a skill and chooses leader to give the team an extra reroll. Setsudewa and Roku Uno both choose the block skill. Rini Miyahara rolls for her skill, ending up with sure hands, while Yukiko rolls hers and gets wrestle. Lastly, Reiko rolls and gets tackle. The team uses their winnings to buy another reroll. The Thunderers had a bit of bad luck in the middle of the game, with some bad turnovers, but all things considered, they had a good game and earned plenty of skills for their next game, which will be against the Warp Zoners Anonymous. Meanwhile, Slaughpass Gardeners pick up their winnings and earned less star player points than the Thunderers. Abolathon picks up the points for a touchdown, but the other was caused by Skitter Stab, so no points were earned there. Likewise, Skitter also caused one of the casualties, but the other 2 were caused by Pandamungus and Glidex. Lastly, and perhaps inexplicably, Blister Goutdung picks up the team's MVP points. With only 2 players with enough points to roll for skills, Abolathon rolls and picks up the sprint skill, while Blister rolls and picks up the Cloudburster passing skill. With their winnings, the team buys another reroll and hires a pair of assistant coaches and a pair of cheerleaders. The Gardeners have proved to be surprisingly competitive so far. While it's unlikely they will win the league, the reliable access to star players and cheap bribes keep them in the running, even at the cost of those star players stealing the team's advancement points. Still, the team did well enough, but the next game against the Hexarattle Sun Warriors will really test them. And here are the league standings after that game. Both teams shoot to the top of the board, with the Thunderers currently leading with more touchdowns. There is a chance one of the final 2 teams can earn enough league points to top the table, but that will require a truly dominant performance from either Sigmar Stormhammers or the Warpstoners Anonymous. And that was Blood Bowl. This game was a surprising one. I didn't expect the Nurglings to handle themselves as well as they did. With a bit of luck and some gold to line the pockets of both the referee and Assassin Skaven, even the comparatively weak Nurglings can hold their own. There's still one more game for this round, and if either of the team can score 3 touchdowns, not concede any, and cause 3 or more casualties, they'll jump to the top of the board. Like I said, it would require a truly dominant performance, but if there's anything I've learnt about Blood Bowl, it's that sometimes the luck just works out that way. Either way, it'll be fun to find out. So let me know in the comments below if there's any games you've not seen me check out. I've got more Star Trek on the way, along with some Halo and more Dragon Ball for a Super Vertical plan. But I'm always on the lookout for more games to play in the meantime. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care.